So today I am going to discuss about the open and closed console of the robotic surgical system available into the market. So what is open console and what is closed console? So if you know about the robotic surgery surgeon console, so the what is the concept of console? So the surgeon console is the primary interface between the surgeon and the robotic system. It's like in a robotic system, the surgeon console is a one of the part, so that will work as a interface between the surgeon and the patient. Okay, and it translate the surgeon hand movement into the control movement of the instrument. So the robotic instrument is attached to the patient card, and in that one it will help the surgeon to translate their hand movement. Okay, and the console design influence the visualization, ergonomics, situational awareness, and the communication with the OT team. Okay, so it will help the surgeon during the surgery, and there are two broad configuration of the surgeon console available into the market. So the first one is closed console, and the second one is open console. Okay, so it will started with the closed console by Intuitive Surgical, and then nowadays there are a lot of players available into the market. So that will come with the concept of open console. Okay, so we are going to in this video we are going to discuss about the closed console and then the open console. So what is the advantage of closed console, what is the advantage of open console, and then what will be the limitation of both the console. Okay, so then it comes to the closed console. The closed console look like this. So if you see this one, so one optical 3D viewer will be there, and then this is the headrest. So surgeon can put their head, and they have to put their eye into this one, this optical viewer, and then this mic will be there. So whatever the surgeon will say, the same will be communicated with to the OT team with the help of this mic. Okay, and he can be able to visualize, see the all the uh, operating field with the help of this optical 3D viewer. Okay, and then he can put their head for the rest, and then the sensor will be there, so that will detect the surgeon head is into the surgeon console. And then this is the hand controller. So with the help of hand controller, he can be able to manipulate or translate his hand movement into the robotic instrument. And then with the help of this foot pedal, he can be able to control the camera, and then he can be able to control their energy cutting and coagulation with the help of this foot pedal. Okay, and into the hand controller, the uh, I have already made a video about that, what is a finger clutch and what is the role of that clutch. Okay, so if you see the second type of, so this is from the robo surgical and this is from the Intuitive. Okay, so if you see, these are the ergonomics control button available into the surgeon console. So maybe in some company they have made it digital, so this is the buttons are not there. It may be available into their UI design will be there. So if you see, the surgeon is putting their head into the headrest, and then their eye is completely aligned to the optical viewer, and then he can be able to communicate with their team with the help of this mic. Okay, and he can be able to translate their hand movement with the help of this hand control. Okay, so what is the closed console? So if you see, the surgeon can be able to visualize their, the surgeon view the operating field through a enclosed or immersive viewing interface. So this is the optical viewer, and in behind of this one, the 3D monitor will be there. So with the help of 3D monitor, he can be able to see the operating field. Okay, and the head and eye position are typically, so definitely his head is resting into this, and his eye is aligned to this optical viewer. So hand and eye are typically aligned with the dedicated viewer. So this is the dedicated viewer. Okay, and the design to provide a strong visual immersion and focus onto the operating field. Just because his head is resting, so that will help to provide a strong visual immersion because of 3D glasses and the focus into the operating field. So the surgeon control robotic instrument using the hand controller. You have seen hand controller and the foot controller. So with the help of hand controller, he can be able to control their hand movement, and with the help of this foot uh, foot clutch. So with the help of this endoscopic clutch will be there. So with the help of that, he can be able to control the camera. Okay, camera in and out, left right movement will be there. So he can be able to control. So that is the things for the closed console. So what is the potential advantage of closed console? So it will give a surgeon a immersive visualization, can promote a concentration onto the surgical field. So surgeon is definitely putting their head into the headrest, and he can be able to see with the that optical 3D viewer. So he is completely concentrated into the surgery only. So that dedicated viewing environment can reduce the, so because reduce the peripheral distraction. Just because he is doing all the things with the dedicated eye viewer and he is completely into the surgeon console, so he is inside of the OT, but he is isolated just because of the dedicated viewing environment. So there is a less distraction during the surgery, and the ergonomic support may reduce the demand of associated with the conventional standing surgery. So a standing support means their hand, their forearm is resting into the hand rest, and their head is resting into the surgeon console. So that will help the surgeon for into the conventional surgery. They will definitely do the surgery with standing near to the patient. So that ergonomic support is not available into the open surgery. So now in robotic surgery, it will help, this ergonomics control will help the surgeon, and he can be able to do a longer surgery into the with the help of robot and this ergonomic support. And that will, a stable surgeon position can support precise, just because he's sitting into the chair and putting their head into the headrest, and their hand controller into the hand, their hand into the hand rest, and he can be able to do the precise and uh, precise manipulation during the complex tasks when he have to do the robotic surgery. So that will help. So these ergonomics and the stable surgeon position will help during the surgery. Okay, so this is the potential advantage of closed console. So then it comes to the, what will be the potential limitation during the when surgeon is using one closed console. So the physical and visual separation may reduce the immediate awareness about the OT, means OT room activity. Okay, because the surgeon inside of the OT, but he is completely isolated just because of that viewing environment and everything. So he cannot be, he can be able to communicate verbally, but he cannot be able to communicate visually. So just because of that, the situational awareness is very less. He don't know where is his robotic arms is moving, how it is moving. So he is not aware about that. So that is the physical and visual separation into the closed console. Okay, and the team communication may depend more heavily onto the clear verbal communication. So visually he cannot be able to see, so he can be able to only control do the verbal communication only. Okay, with the help of seeing, he cannot be, he is only seeing the surgical field, and he is only seeing the surgical instrument, robotic instrument he can be able to see. So he is completely dependent upon the verbal communication. So fixed viewing posture may be uncomfortable if the positioning is not optimized. So it's like he is completely putting his head into the headrest. So because of that, his posture is like fixed, he cannot be able to move left and right that much. Okay, so that may be uncomfortable for the surgeon for the longer surgery. Okay, and the teaching and observation can require additional display or workflow for the communication. So it's like in closed console, so it is not possible to it's like it is possible, but in closed console only two eye will be there, and surgeon have a fixed optimize head and eye coordination will be there. So because of that, he cannot be able, no one can be able to see other than surgeon into that with that 3D viewer. So teaching and observation require additional, so they have to make another external monitor, they have to attach with the console, or they have to buy a dual console. So that will help into the teaching and observation of the case. So that is the limitation of closed console. Okay, when it comes to the open console, so the open console looks like this one. So into the next video, I will discuss about the open console and what is their advantage and what is their limitation, and then we will come to the final position, how the open console and closed console will help the surgeon during the surgery. Okay, so thanks for watching my video. If you understand the concept of these things, so please like, share and subscribe to my channel.